Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Please welcome to the stage Deputy Communications Director for the Yes on One campaign, Ian Grady.
Good evening. Happy Election Day. Pop quiz, did you all vote yes on question one? Yeah? I mostly just wanted to make sure I was giving the right speech in the right room. I'm glad to be here with you folks tonight as we await the results of this historic election. Look around. We're in good company in this room. All around us are our brothers and sisters in this campaign. The people who volunteered, who knocked on doors, who gave their money, who worked hard to make history with us tonight. But our numbers reach far outside these walls, too. We're joined in spirit by folks in every county of this state, by each of the 105,000 Mainers who signed our petition to bring marriage to the ballot, folks from 453 Maine towns and townships. We're joined by folks like Chris and Mary Stevens and their beautiful family in Kittery, by Harlan and Dottie Gardner and 4 generations of their amazing family in Machias, by Paul and Jeanette Redeker and their wonderful daughters in Fort Fairfield. And tonight, because of all of you, all the work we've done together tonight, we hope that we will be joined by the people of Maine in affirming that marriage matters to all loving and committed couples. That we will be joined by the people of Maine in standing up for all of Maine's families. And that we will be joined by a majority of Mainers who will vote yes on question one. Now, I hope you'll join me in welcoming to the stage 2 people who have stood with us in this fight, 2 people who have worked tirelessly to make history with us, Reverend Sue Gabrielson of the Sanford Unitarian Universalist Church and Pastor Michael Gray of the Old Orchard United Methodist Church. Welcome them for me right now.
Whether you consider yourself a person of faith or not, tonight is a night for prayer. No, not a prayer about the outcome of this vote, but a prayer for immense gratitude and hope.
I would invite faith leaders to move forward on and around the stage, if you don't mind. We'll take a second for that to happen. And if you're comfortable, I'd invite everyone else, as you are comfortable, to hold hands with the people around you as we join our hearts in the spirit of prayer and meditation.
Let me just put my glass in. There you go for the photo op.
All right. Holy One, who is known by many names, we are thankful this evening for the enormous work that has been done. Grateful for passionate volunteers and prepared leaders. Grateful for a political process where together we can struggle for justice and truth and to fight for what we know in our souls is right.
Living God, we are grateful for the powerful relationships we have built, crossing every line that could possibly divide us, for the empowerment of youth and the wisdom of the old, the softening of hearts and the minds that have changed.
In our gratitude, we are filled with hope because in the depths of our beings, we know that no matter what happens tonight, we will persist, and all that we are grateful for will remain. There can be no loss.
Great Spirit of life, we know the truth we seek sometimes gets lost in the politics of us versus them. We look for solutions that often result in winners and losers. But as we learn, often later than we should, the best answers come from those that seek, as we have done, to build community with all.
So as we continue through this evening with all of its implications, with all of its frivolity and fretting, with the weight of history that it seems to possess, we are reminded of our responsibility to one another to make Maine a better and more just world for all. Blessed be, salam, shalom, and amen.
Amen.
Please welcome to the stage the Coalition Director for the Yes on One campaign, Vander Zanden.
It is so rare to witness and experience true community. Places where people really come together because they share values, because they care about each other, because they want to engage, learn, and grow. Mainers United has been one of those places. And as a community of LGBT people and allies, we are stronger for it. I'd like to invite all of our coalition partners who are present to join me on stage and nearby with your signs and banners if you have them, or just with yourselves. Please come on up. All of our coalition partners. You know who you are. Not all of the partners could be present tonight, but a full list is on the screens. One power that coalitions have is symbolic. The Mainers United Coalition and our constant growth is a symbol of the way support for marriage for same-sex couples has grown and strengthened in the hearts of Mainers over the past 3 years. Thank you to all of our partners for joining us, for standing with us, and for working side by side with us. We are truly Mainers United. Another power that coalitions embody is scale. This campaign has been all about having one-on-one personal conversations with Mainers. Each of the 200, that's right, 200 coalition partners who decided to join our ranks represents hundreds of conversations. Conversations among coworkers, between business partners, within congregations of faithful people about why this issue matters to them. For instance, when the Maine College of Art decided to join our coalition this year, they didn't just sit down in a room and decide. They went through a long discernment process with plenty of input and conversation. And at the end, they became the first institution of higher education in the country to publicly declare their support for marriage for same-sex couples. Many of you are familiar with another coalition partner, Preble Street. Woo! One of their partner organizations lost crucial funding in 2009 when Preble Street joined the marriage campaign. But when the time came to rejoin this year, they didn't hesitate to say yes. Then, the staff of Preble Street started reaching out to dozens of social service organizations in their network, asking them to join Mainers United too. I can't imagine a more powerful messenger. Their outreach is one reason we are 200 partners strong. Our outreach to faith communities and coalition building with religious partners throughout this campaign has shown the way that coalition work feeds our movement. 49 congregations from Holton to Sanford chose to join our coalition. Many even joined with a unanimous vote of all the congregation's members. Imagine a unanimous vote of all members of a church or synagogue to take a public position for the freedom to marry. Thanks to the tireless effort of Reverend Sue Gabrielson and faith organizers Betsy Parsons and Amelia Nugent, the leadership of the Religious Coalition Against Discrimination and Lucky Hollander, and the support of HRC's Religion and Faith Department, faith communities have been an integral part of our work. We have seen people of faith contribute in many ways. They screened movies, hosted phone banks, donated office space, sponsored forums, marched, canvassed, prayed, and preached. But perhaps no contribution has been as well received as the enormous quantities of delicious food that has been prepared and brought to our offices over the past week by faith communities. Those are some tangible impacts of coalition work. However, it's the intangible impact of the campaign that is really inspiring. We talked a lot about how we changed hearts and minds over the course of this campaign. But what is most clear in this room tonight is how much our own hearts have changed because of our work together. Every single person in this room has undergone a transformation. From discouraged, fearful, apathetic, or simply burnt out, to hopeful, courageous, and radiantly alive. We took a leap of faith when we began this campaign. No matter what happens, we hold in our hearts the strength that comes from daring to hope, from refusing to give up on something that matters so much to us. Because of us and because of you, this state is more loving now than when we started. Thank you for your love and your courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pat Peard, Chair of the Executive Committee.
I have the very distinct honor to briefly talk to you about a very important group of people to me, and I'd ask them all to come up on stage with me, all the members of the Executive Committee of the Yes on One campaign. So if you all could please come up here, that would be great. This is one of the most wonderful group of people I've ever had a chance to work with. Most of us that you see standing behind me have been working on this particular campaign for well over 7 years. We started before 2009, and we never stopped at the end of 2009 until tonight. And the remarkable thing is we all get along, which has been quite something in campaigns. But I'd like to introduce all the members of the Executive Committee to you, and you'll hear from some of them individually later. They're going to speak on behalf of their organizations. First of all is Betsy Smith. Right here. Okay. Betsy Smith. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause.